It's the year 2043. After a long and devastating global trade war, fractured economies, and shifted the international landscape, pirates and corsairs once again roam the seas. With petrol and the chemicals needed to build rechargeable batteries in short supply, people relied on sails to propel boats and makeshift cars built from the remnants of old machines. A team of young pirates consisting of Americans, Diego, Jamie, and Alex, Lee from China, and Naveed from Bangladesh, were on a mission for the Maharaja, escorting a team from Russia that had the means to launch a satellite into space. This was meant to be the first step in rebuilding global communications. They were joined by Junior, the young clone of Waylon Faust, the Industrialist. The ocean shimmered under a pale sky as the pirate crew and their Russian allies sailed through the final stretch of pirate nation-controlled waters. The satellite was secure aboard the larger Russian vessel, and the smaller Russian scout ship flanked them, scanning the horizon. Petrovna stood at the helm, arms crossed. "We're almost clear. Time to part ways." Alex nodded. "Smooth sailing from here." Jamie squinted at the horizon. "Hold up! Those ships flanking us, they're not flying pirate nation colors." Petrovna turned sharply. "They're not ours." Boom! The smaller Russian vessel exploded in a flash of blue light. No fire, no warning, just obliteration. "Energy weapon!" Petrovna shouted. The larger Russian ship opened fire, heavy artillery pounding the sea. The teens scrambled to their stations, grabbing what little ammunition the mercenaries had left behind. "Block their path," Alex ordered. "Let the Russians get ahead, and be on the lookout for another energy attack." Junior yelled. "That's a negative. That energy cannon overheats after a single shot. They won't be able to use it for about 2 hours." "Wait, you know who these people are?" Alex asked. "Oh, I know them, all right," Junior answered with a concerned look. The pirate ship veered, cutting between the enemy vessels and the launch ship. As they closed in, Lee and Junior handed out incendiary arrows, new prototypes, glowing faintly with chemical heat. "They'll burn through hull plating," Junior said. Then they saw them. The attackers weren't just mercenaries. They were Indian mercenaries, the same ones they'd left behind in Africa, and humanoid robots leaping across decks with eerie precision. "They're trying to hijack the controls," Jamie shouted. Lee yelled, "Knock off their limbs, that's the trick." Alex, Lee, and Naveed fired arrows at the enemy ships, flames licking across metal. Jamie, Diego, and Junior fought hand-to-hand, blades clashing with steel limbs. Then, a voice. "Stop!" All eyes turned to the loudspeaker. Waylon Faust, wearing his characteristic white lab coat. "I'll call off the attack," he said. "Hand over the satellite. And the clone." The teens froze. Diego stepped forward. "No way!" Naveed looked at Junior. "He's one of us." Waylon's voice softened. "I know you mean well, but Junior isn't who you think he is. He'll bring worse chaos than I ever did." Alex raised his bow. "Enough!" He fired straight at Waylon. A blur of motion. Frunk, the butler robot, caught the arrow midair. Waylon nodded. "Thank you, Frunk." Then his voice hardened. "Kill them all. Bring me the clone's body. I need confirmation." He turned to Frunk. "Of all my mistakes, Junior was the worst." Frunk placed a hand on his shoulder. "Your intentions were always good." Frunk pointed to the Russian ship. "The satellite is escaping." Waylon's eyes narrowed. "Then we split. That ship is mine. This one is yours," he told a mercenary leader, pointing to the pirate ship. The second enemy vessel turned, bearing down on the teens, while the one with Waylon and Frunk went in pursuit of the Russian vessel. The battle wasn't over. It was just beginning. Shortly after, the deck was littered with scorched wires, shattered limbs, and the groans of battered teens. Smoke curled from the hull, and the air reeked of ozone and sweat. The crew was barely standing after the last wave of robots and mercenaries. Then, thud. A new robot landed on the deck with a weighty, metallic crash. Heavier, denser, different. Junior's eyes widened. "Trouble." Alex, panting, turned to him. "Why?" Junior pointed. "The others were factory grade. This one's military prototype. Reinforced alloy. Combat programming. No safety protocols." Before anyone could react, the robot surged forward. Crack! Tasing Jamie into unconsciousness. It sprinted toward Junior. Naveed stepped in. Wham! One blow to the gut sent him sprawling. Lee intercepted next, fists raised, body trembling. He struck with precision, using every ounce of his martial arts training. The robot adapted instantly, countering, slamming him down. Lee got up and attacked with a flying kick, making the robot stagger. Then he attempted to bring down the robot by kicking its knee joints before being slammed into the ground again. Lee got up once more, picking up the leg of a downed robot to beat the enhanced robot repeatedly with it, but the robot knocked the limb out of his hands and knocked him down again with a backhand slap. "I won't let you hurt them," he roared as he slowly got up again, grabbing a thick wire from under the robot's alloy armored backplates. The robot knocked him down a fourth time with a double-handed smash. Alex and Diego leapt in, blades drawn. They were tossed aside like ragged dolls. Junior dragged Naveed toward cover. Naveed, barely conscious, revealed an EMP grenade in his hand. Junior nodded. "Main breaker," he whispered. Junior sprinted across the deck. The robot followed, relentless. On the enemy ship, mercenaries barked orders, sending all the remaining robots to overwhelm their enemies. The robots leapt toward the teen's vessel. Junior reached the breaker. Clunk! He yanked it down. "Now!" he screamed. Naveed activated the EMP. Whoom! A pulse of blue light surged across the deck. Sparks flew. Robots collapsed mid-leap. The military-grade killer seized up, joints locking, then fell with a crash, as did the remaining robots. Silence. Alex, limping, crawled to the controls. The mercenaries stared, confused. He fired up the engines. Junior turned, pulled a sticky explosive from a crate, and hurled it at the enemy ship's hull. Thwack! They sped away. Boom! The explosion tore through the enemy vessel's side. Water surged in. The ship began to sink. On board, the teen slumped against the rails, bloodied, bruised, breathing hard. Lee lay on the deck, barely conscious. He'd taken the worst of it. Alex stood, voice hoarse but firm. "We're not done." He looked at each of them. "We stop the Industrialist. We protect that launch, no matter what." Junior nodded, eyes burning. Jamie stirred, groaning. Diego tightened his grip on his blade. Naveed clutched his toolkit. Lee opened one eye and whispered, "Let's finish this." The satellite was still in motion, and so were they.